Hello everyone, my name is Rodolfo Dude and I am from Best English to Be. Today we're going to talk about sales letter and letters of inquiry. So let's find out what are these two letters. So let's have first, what is sales letter? So sales letter is a form of direct marketing that's designed to attract potential customers to your products or service. It tells new prospects who you are and how your company can benefit them. It can also allows you to establish credibility and create a human connection, which is vital for building a healthy customer base. So there are five elements of a good sales letter. First is personal touch. So speak to your customers as if you are having one-on-one conversation with them. So in communication process, it's very important that your communication is constant towards your customer, because in that way when you are constant, your customer at the end of the day will be persuaded or they are convinced to buy your product or to avail your services. Next is a story. People are compelled by stories. So people are fond of listening stories, and when they are listened about stories, so they can be persuaded through that. So you can employ storytelling towards your customers. Next is simple language. So simplicity is crucial even if your products or service belongs to high specialized industry. So even if your product belong to high specialized industry, so it's very also important that when you make a letter, it's very important that you use simple language. So when we use simple language, that's when the audience or the customers can easily comprehend or can easily understand or decode in their mind the information or the thing that we want them to be persuaded. Next is your USP. At some point, you need to state what differentiates your product or service from your competitor. So in marketing, so in a business, there has always been competitors. So it's very important that at some point you can be able to explain that to your customers, that what differentiate or what distinguish your products from the other competitors. So with that, if you can be able to contrast and highlight the differences, then the customers, will say, these are the benefits and the advantage that I must need to take on. So they are going to avail your products. Last one is a call to action. So the call to action is a directive way for what to do next. So in the internet, you can research about the format of sales letters. So you can see a lot of templates there. So you can use that as a guide in making a sales letter. So let's proceed to inquiry letter. So before proceeding to its meaning, so let's unravel first the first word. So inquiry. So from the word inquiry, so it involves asking, it involves questions. So inquiry letter. So a letter of inquiry is a short letter you can write to a foundation to request a grant for your organization, also known as a letter of interest. Is a document sent to an organization or company to introduce oneself and express an interest in a job, internship, or other professional opportunities or opportunity. So an inquiry letter generally consists of the following elements. First is the heading, so includes sender's address and the date. Next is inside address, recipient's address. So it's very important that you also include the recipient's address so that we accurately send it to the receiver of the message. Next is salutation, a polite greeting to a recipient. Next is introduction, an introduction of the sender and the purpose of the letters. It's very important to know that there is a message there that says about the purpose of your letter, so that it will be clear for the person who will receive the letter. So next is the body of the letter. So this is where the sender asks their questions, or request information, it should be clear, concise, and polite. So when you are also asking for something, for clarification, questions, or other addendum information, so it's very important that it must be clear, concise, and polite. Next is closing. Polite signs such as sincerely or rest regard. So it's very important that you also give, acknowledgement to the person that will receive your message. So you have to regard them. Next is signature. So sender's signed name. So it's very important there is also a signature of a person or of a sender. Next is the inclusion. So if any other documents are included with the letter, it should be listed here. So copy notation, if the letter is being sent to more than one person, this is where to indicate. So that's it for today. So that ends my report. So at least we all know about what is inquiry letter, and at the same time we know the sales letter. So I hope everyone learned something for today. So thank you and God bless.